How you doing? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video on it's an opinion piece. I'm doing an article on. It's on spikedonline.com, and it's about an article that it's called Ed Miliband's Net Zero Agenda will leave Britain in the dark. I've heard now. I'm obviously not going to try to claim to be an expert on this, but the thing is, I've heard that the fact that he wants to invest in wind farms. I mean um what do you call it, windmills or whatever it is, for that to be the he wants to he'd rather get his info from activists instead of from actual experts, as far as like our gas and electricity. In apparently someone was saying that he could end up our bills can end up going up more and more just because he would rather do it that way. And when you look at it that way, it's like, yeah, no wonder he was a failed Labour leader. Anyway, I'm going to get into the article now. Um, as the days get colder and the nights get darker, how worried should the UK be about losing power? While the Labour government boasts about making the country a cleaner energy superpower with the help of renewables, the public is receiving an altogether different message. Energy companies are starting to let on that all is not quite well. Scottish and Southern electricity networks is currently delivering leaflets to remind people to sign up to the Priority Services Register, a UK-wide service which lets your power company know you might need extra help during a power outage. Um, the Scottish Electricity Networks promises to grant free help to those who are disabled, chronically ill, live with children under 5, or have any mental health condition. It will provocatively contact you in advance if your electricity needs to be switched off to carry out essential maintenance. This will allow people to plan ahead to charge your electricity vehicle or prepare flasks for hot drinks. And that's the thing. This electric vehicles, all this investment in electric vehicles, I guarantee you this, right? It's gonna end up being it's just starting to end up being such a con, because the thing is, I've heard, and now I'm not just going to take Jeremy Clarkson's point of view, but the thing is, he was saying the problem is with electric vehicles is that the parts, you can't recycle the parts. So since the parts are not recyclable, that's bad for the environment. At least with cars that run petrol cars, at least you was able to recycle the parts. But the thing is, obviously, with electric cars, you can't recycle the parts. And I was watching a video on Jimmy Dore, and basically there was this video he was this clip he was playing, and it was basically about and this is a news story, and this is like a and basically what they were saying was that the whole climate change thing that the big corporations are doing is just nothing but like PR. That's all it is. There's no evidence to prove that we're destroying the world. The only thing that is destroying the world is all these wars, because the amount of bombs that are dropped, and also all the drilling that gets done, for drilling for oil. That's what hurts the environment. Anyway, this will allow people to now I've read that part, sorry. During a power cut, you'll be able to contact SSEN 24 hours a day to get updates. For those with medical equipment reliant on electricity, the network will also prioritize help during prolonged power cuts to those that need it most. Certainly, it's good that SSEN is looking out for those who may be vulnerable during outages. It will even work with local authorities, emergency services, and agencies such as the British Red Cross to provide food trucks in central locations during prolonged power cuts. Still, for to put out a leaflet like this now suggests it knows something that we don't. According to a National Grid electricity system operator report published in June, the UK should have plenty of surplus electricity capacities for emergencies even during peak and demand periods. This should, the report says, more than offset plant retirements in 2024. And yet, a report from London consultants Public First predicts that demand could soon outpace supply. By 2028, demand during peak times, such as winter evenings, may be as much as 7.5 gigawatts. I think that's what it says, higher than capacity. One reason for this is that Hinkley Point C, where two 1.6 gigawatts reactors are due to start generating power in 2027, could be delayed until 2031. The current picture could end up being a lot worse given that both reports were published before Labour's Ed Miliband became Energy Secretary. Since then, he has confirmed that he would eschew new gas from the North Sea and wavered over plans for a nuclear power plant at Wailefa, I think that's what it says, in Wales. Sorry about the pronunciation. The latter was supposed to be a site for significant nuclear generation in the 2030s, as announced by the Tory government in May. Miliband's big idea is to instead power the country with renewables, but wind and solar are intermittent. The amount of electricity they produce varies depending on the weather. This is the major problem. This is the major flaw with Ed Miliband's idea on wind farms and solar power. When the weather's not nice, how the hell are these solar panels gonna be able to work the way they should, especially when it comes to the winter time? It's just a flawed plan, and this isn't an oversight. This is being done on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. Um, the amount electricity they produce varies depending on the weather. A dark, windless winter day might not produce much electricity, but we would still need to heat and power our homes. See, I guarantee you this. Yeah, he hasn't. Well, not just Ed Miliband. Labour has not thought this seriously. Not thought this through. Sooner or later, there could be trouble. Imported electricity is said to power nearly 11 million homes in 2024, a 46% increase in the supply of electricity compared with the record year of 2021. French nuclear and Norwegian hydroelectricity form the UK's chief sources of overseas supply. But in any European energy crisis, we can fully expect these countries to look after their own. Excuse me. The prospect of regular blackouts and outages, especially prolonged ones, is incredibly concerning. People could die of hypothermia, business and overseas trades would be hit, crime and disorder would spread to city after city. It is a situation any sensible government would want to avoid at all costs. If Labour continues to drive us down the path to that mythical goal of net zero, none of us should be surprised to see more power cuts more often. The green agenda will leave Britain in the dark. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All this climate change and mumbo jumbo and relying on solar panels and that. It's like, well, in the winter and it's cold and there isn't any wind, but it is cold. How the hell are these wind farms and solar panels gonna help people? They're not going to. It's gonna get a lot worse, and the ones I feel sorry for are going to be the older people, because the old pensioners are going to be the ones that will bear the brunt of this the most. Um, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.